Hosted by Mike, the Big Cheese.
I'm doing great. How are you holding up with everything going on this year?
I tell you, it's tough. It's tough. All our gigs, festivals, like 6 tours got cancelled or postponed. So yeah, I'm hanging in there. I try to stay positive, but it's not easy, and yeah. But what can we do? No?
I know.
We're all in it together, so no.
That's right. You know what? You're one of the few artists that really kept kind of busy this year. I mean, you had to drive through concerts over the summer. I mean, you were probably one of the first people to do that, especially in the metal world. I mean, how did that work out? It must have been a weird feeling, performing for people in their cars, but you got out there and did it live a couple of times.
Yeah, actually, it was actually quite fun, and of course it was different. It wasn't like a normal festival or gig, but it was great, and it reminded me on our All We Are video. It looked exactly like this when I hopped on stage for the first time. I thought, wow, it's like a deja vu. It looked exactly like 1987 when we filmed it in the LA River Basin where Terminator 2 was filmed, and yeah, it looked like an All We Are video, and it was so funny. And then, well, at first, you have to get used to that. The feedback is not as loud because people are very far away, then they are stuck in their cars. So I tried to play a couple of games, like, let me hear you honk your horns, and then it was louder than the Manowar concert. It was really cool. And when we played a headbanger, then I said, okay, let's shake your car like there's no tomorrow. So almost cars were flying. It was great. So yeah, it was definitely better than doing nothing. It's no comparison to a normal concert, but it was great. It was a great challenge. It was a total adventure. Every gig was a little bit different, but we were so happy to play, and I think the fans, they loved it too, and it was actually pretty cool.
That was great. So many artists have having, they're kind of down this year and they can't get out and play live because of what's going on. And, a lot of people say, well, they're not making the money. But for some people, it's not always all about the money. Of course, you need the money to everybody needs money, but you really just love playing live. When you go out there and perform live, it's because that's what you love to do. I mean, so it's got to be really hard not being able to do that, even, with the car show thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, it's impossible to make money because usually there's not even 20% of the normal capacity allowed. So there are just like a couple of hundred people allowed in the venue. Even in the drive-in shows, there was like a maximum, I think, sometimes of 500 cars. So and it was laid out for maybe 2,000 cars. So it's definitely it's tough. But yeah, like what you just said, I'm so happy to connect with the fans. It was fun. It was great, and yeah, we try to survive, but man, these days are really tough, and I'm hoping for next year. I hope that we can go on tour again like normal, but I don't know. Doesn't look so good right now, but but we will play anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't matter. It's sometimes a huge challenge. It's something totally new. After the first drive-in concert, I felt, man, I have to go jogging like every day, 2 times to survive. It was so It was so
Yeah.
unbelievable. So, like physically, my whole body was like, in pain after the first show. And I thought, man, it takes so much more out of you to get it going, to get everybody excited and on fire. And so I did. So I was really getting ready for the other shows, and I'm in better shape than ever. But but I'm waiting that we can start again. But we did a couple of other things in the studio, so I always try to keep busy. That's good, and hanging in there, and being ready and prepared.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? On the bright side, I mean, look what you gave us this year. I mean, Rare Diamonds. I mean, rock ballads, all the rare stuff that people haven't heard, over the years. I mean, 3 CDs. I mean, there's like 56 songs on there. We couldn't have asked for a better gift for Christmas coming out November 13th. I mean, you really put a whole lot of work into this package.
Yeah. It took actually 4 or 5 months, and at first I thought, I want to do a best of, and then it was 15 songs, and 25 songs, then 35 songs, and 45, and then and we maxed out the capacity, so it's 56 songs, and from all kinds of eras, from the old school, early 80s stuff, and the newer stuff, and all the nice duets like with Lemmy and Pete Steele and Udo Dirkschneider and all that stuff, and lots of new songs we recorded. Actually, not new songs; they're like new versions of songs we all love. Lots of live versions. The new songs, they will be still we have to keep them for the next real release, and that will be in Nuclear Blast. So, but these 56 ones, I think they're all real treasures, and many of them were unreleased. So there's definitely some deep cuts and something where people have never heard before, and tons of new live mixes, and I think they show like all the energy of last tour of the Forever Boys, Forever United tour last year, and everybody took it for granted that it was always like great atmosphere and people singing along and stage diving and headbanging. And now, when we mixed it, then we thought, oh my God, hopefully it will go back to normal eventually. And on one hand, it was great to hear it. On the other hand, it was like, it was heartbreaking.
It has to be, but it is a great mix of songs like throughout your career. I know it has to be hard to pick and choose which ones, but there's some real winners on here, some great versions of other songs that, that sound differently. They were re-recorded or maybe rehearsals or different takes on them, so it's a really nice mix of music on here.
Yeah. Some songs which I think they were actually the first draft, and they sounded better than what winded up on the record. For example, Prisoner of Love. I love that version. It's so different, so unique, so cool, and some other songs. I asked our diehard fans which songs they would like to hear, and then some really nice ideas came up, like The Fortune Teller. That's a cool song we didn't play it live in the last 10 years, but it's really nice, and some other things like Whenever I Think of You, and the heavy songs like Waste of Fist and Revenge we just mixed, and there's one song of the Triumph and Agony album which we've never played live, because we always played one song, like the Für Immer song. There was like that ballad we always played off that album, and it was huge. And then there was another one on. It's called Make Time for Love, and we just rehearsed it and played it live. And we did a couple of shows where we played only the Triumph and Agony album. And this song, wow, it was so nice, and so some really, some revelations, and that was so cool too. And I enjoyed it so much because there was no pressure. When I put it together, then everything was there. It just had to be mixed and added stuff and all. So when you do a new record, there's always so much pressure, you always need these killer songs. You always get compared to the last record or the last hit record. So this one was just like, it was a lot of fun, and
Yeah. Well, you gave us a little taste of what's coming next year with Brick Wall back in, in the middle of the summer. So, I mean, you already have the next record plan, which was great because it took a while until 2018 when we got the Forever Warriors, Forever United record. So, I guess maybe this downtime from playing live has really got you busy in the studio.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, we're planning on having a new release next year. I don't know exactly when, but we have already 6 songs, which I think they sound awesome. So yeah, we have 10 more to go, which will make the record, and then yeah, I think next year. So yeah, and I just I'm while I have some time here, I'm a big fan of animals, and I support all these animal shelters. And I got connected with a lady, and she takes care of race horses, and I love horses so much, all kinds of animals, but horses especially. And then I was there and supporting it, helping it, and then I got this really nice idea. I wanted to write a song for animals, about the animals, and the work title is Heavenly Creatures. And we're just working we're just working on it, and yeah, and actually after the interviews I go straight back into the studio and yeah, record some first vocals, and yeah, so the next record is on its way, and yeah, but I guess it will take another year probably.
Oh, that's okay. We're not going anywhere. We'll wait. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, when you think about it, 40 years of being in the music business is coming up, real soon. When you think about it, maybe 2 years away
Yes.
from like the beginning of Warlock at least.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine that almost 4 decades have already passed since we first heard of you and your music? It's incredible.
Yeah, man, I never thought we would even survive more than 5 years. So yeah, so it's great. I'm really grateful, and yeah, man, and it was always my dream to become a singer, and then I didn't know that it would be so awesome, and that the fans worldwide would be my main inspiration, motivation. I feel we are really family, and that's so man, it's so amazing. I'm really happy about it. And even through these times, I always, I can stay connected to all these fans, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It always gives me good, positive energy, and then I can put this energy into another song and stuff. So yeah, it's cool. What comes around
It's a
goes
great
around,
thing.
and
That's right.
mhm.
It's amazing. Like you just said, you didn't think it would last more than a few years when Warlock got going. Now, all these decades later, did you even imagine that not only would you be the singer like you wanted to be in a band, but you run your own record label, you're an actress, now you have a perfume line. I mean, you're involved in so many things over these. Did you ever think it would get to this? Like, did you ever say, I'm going to be a businesswoman more than I'm going to be, anything else? And when you think about it, you're a businesswoman that has a lot of different ventures going on at one time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, that sounds so so strange. Being a businesswoman, I do stuff. Yeah, because I love doing it. And the perfume. That's the first time that we have a perfume. It's for these special limited edition boxes of the Magic Diamonds. And it was always my dream to have my own perfume. And I fiddled around with this perfume idea since the early '90s, and now it's there. Took a little while, but yeah. And I formed my own record label because I got all these nice records back. Like I got all the rights back of my era when I was in AFM and SPV. So there are about like 5, 6 CDs you couldn't get anymore, and 4 or 5 DVDs. And then I thought, I want to do my own label, and I can do some fun stuff on that label as well. So that's the reason why the Magic Diamonds is on there too. So yeah, but I tell you, it's all about the music, the fans, and and trying to make the best out of it. But I don't think that I'm a good businesswoman. The money which comes in, I always spend it on on a bigger, better production, or more songs on the record. Anything what is fun, and I don't need much for myself, I must say. I'm really happy with little things. But for the music, everything has to be grand and grandiose. For the fans, everything has to be the best of the best. So, that's how I see it.
Oh, that's great. Well, with the perfume out now, I mean, do you think you're going to expand on that maybe in the future, and maybe it's like a whole makeup line and add that into the portfolio?
yeah, my God, I don't know. It's like, yeah, that would be a huge project. So I first thought of like something special for this record, for the limited edition, which I always like to make some limited edition or box sets or vinyl. But yeah, I don't know. It's that's a whole huge thing. So maybe I think about it if we couldn't go on tour next year, which I hope we can go on tour and play festivals and all that stuff. But if there's nothing to it tour-wise, then maybe I would think about other things to keep it going. But fans and music, that's first and foremost. Everything is like that's little things on the side. So I don't know yet. We see. And if the people like that perfume, that will be great. I love it. I think it smells awesome and it brings you in a great mood. It's like very uplifting. So but it's that will be a huge challenge. And since I'm not so interested in the business aspect, I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, this year I buy the record for me and I buy the perfume for my wife, so you get a double deal from us.
Ah, good. I'm sure she will like it and you will like it. And yes. Yeah, actually, it's hard to ship it to the States, so if people really want to get it, I know you can definitely get it via Amazon.de. That's the German Amazon. But there's so many things. Like I thought, I just want to do a little perfume, and then there's so much into it. You have to check and so but you can get it. Yeah, it's
sure.
Yeah, it just takes
do
maybe
you have
a little
any
bit
plans
like
yet for
researching, stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any plans yet for 2021? Or are you kind of waiting to see what happens? Because I see a lot of festivals are starting to announce their lineups. Whether they happen or not is another thing, but they're already planning. So are you going to wait on it to see what happens before you make any definite, plans?
Yeah, we postponed all our shows and festivals and all our touring plans for next year. So I hope next year we are like doing live stuff. But we already we booked so many shows, like the whole year is full. So I hope it will happen. But if not, then we probably have to postpone it again, which is not so good for the fans and stuff, and everybody is like getting nervous about it. But I think it starts actually spring of next year. The first gigs are starting, so I'm planning on the live things, and I have to think of plan B if it really doesn't look so good. So, but playing live, that's my life. I love it so much. So, we'll see. We will keep our fingers crossed. And but of course, everybody has to be safe. And I was one time very sick when I was 15, so I know how it's like. And so I never want to take a chance and put anybody at risk, like the fans or the band or the crew. So we will play when everything is cool and safe, and
Good. Well, hopefully that'll be soon, because I miss you here in New York. It's your home away from home. I miss seeing those shows at the Gramercy Theater every year, so hopefully it'll happen again.
Especially for the I'm all in the New York vibe and stuff, and I thought, when we talk again, I have my beloved New York T-shirt on, which I bought when I first came to New York. I think it was in 1987. So I miss New York so much, and I miss the American fans so much, and but soon, we will come back soon. And I recorded all these records in New York or New Jersey, and I want to go back to the studios in New York as well, and write some more songs with all my New York buddies, and but they keep me posted, and I always get stuff and merchandise from all these, New York musicians or the New York hardcore, scene. It's so great. So I'm really happy, and makes me feel so good, and
Good. Well, we miss you here in New York, so I can't wait till 2021 comes around. Hopefully things will get better, and we'll get to see you again live. I'm going to let you go, Doro, because I know you have more interviews to do today, but November 13th, Rare Diamonds, the best of rock ballads and treasures, are coming out on your label, so everybody's got to buy this and support you.
that would be great. It's great stuff is on. Yeah, Red Diamonds. That's the record company. It's called Magic Diamonds, but it's all the same. Yeah, just like some diamond stuff, and then and thanks so much for having me. Yeah, it's like I'm all about that. But no see you soon, and all the best, and all the best to everybody out there, and stay metal. Keep up the good spirit and keep on rocking, and I love you lots, and stay healthy.
Take care, Doro. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one. Bye, Mike.
I will.
Ciao.
Bye.
Yes, Red Diamond. Yeah, get you know. My love is waiting, somebody like you. Words changing, 'cause nothing means the same. But I'm still searching for a rare diamond. I've been looking for you, trying to find those deep feelings so I can share with you. Tear me apart. Every word just breaks my heart. I'm looking for love, it's so hard to find, but I'm still searching for a rare diamond. I'll be looking for you, trying to find those deep feelings so I can share with you.